Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to today's edition of the Just Us Review. We're going to take our favorite shows. They can be in the realm of superhero, supernatural, horror. Honestly, we don't care because we're just here for the content. We like to break it down and give you guys that nit and that grit. And if you like it, we love it. If we hate it, goddammit, you're going to hear about it. Today, we're going to keep that train rolling. That's right, the CW's keeping on track with the Black Lightning show. And we're chugging towards the end of the season. We're 3 episodes away, sadly. And right now, the show has been showing some signs. It might not even make it to the end of the station. So to give you, let's go around the table and let everybody give their first, thoughts about the show. How did you feel about this episode?
There were some parts I liked.
Okay, strong feelings I see. What about you?
It was only a little bit better than last week.
What about you?
I'm not strong enough.
Honestly, I will admit that there were some improvements. There were some things that I was like, about time we start moving the fucking goalpost, moving the ball down the field. So let's go ahead.
Get ready because I'm about to end y'all career.
Okay, cool. So last time we left, we found out that Tobias had created a machine that cut off metal powers. And basically, that is the thesis of this episode and how the Pierce family is dealing with this, as well as Lynn's litigation. Now, let's go ahead and kick the top off with the goods. What are the goods of this episode?
I'll go first. And we all know what it is.
Painkiller.
It was a convenient distraction from everything else.
I don't know, but I think I might watch this Painkiller show.
I'm thinking so too. I'm thinking so too. He's been pulling double duty to sell us on this damn show. I sent y'all this article. I sent 2 articles to y'all about Black Lightning. One was about the Lynn shit from last week,
yeah,
and the other you didn't have to. It was an excuse. And the other reason was about the dude that played Painkiller and everything that's been going on with him. And basically, like, he been in and out of the doctor's office and shit like that because he got to carry the season on his back.
So let me say one thing about this. From this episode alone, it seems like he's the only one who cares.
And he got the incentive to
So here's the thing.
He'll be back next year.
Well, with the exception of
Gamby.
No. Gamby is always solid, but the guy who plays Jefferson, Chris Williams is still hanging in there, but he's hanging in there by a thread. But I'm looking at this episode, and I was like, the only light in this episode is a guy who's making a cameo for his own show.
Mm-hmm.
That is sad.
And here's the thing, though. They're giving him more to work with in the 2 minutes that he's on the screen. And then when you compare it to similar shit that you see in the same episode, it doesn't fucking add up.
Even when you compare, and I'm gonna make a comparison because they are essentially the same character, and it's night and day. But when you compare his fight scenes to Ishmael's fight scenes,
Jesus.
and it's like these are 2 characters where it's like by the end of the season, I should want to see both of them fight. Like I wanted to, when it was we didn't think we wanted it till they showed us when Painkiller fought Gravedigger, and it was like, oh shit, and you stood back. On paper, you should want to see Ishmael fight Gravedigger, but I'm like, not Gravedigger, Painkiller. But I'm watching this and I'm like, Painkiller will fold this motherfucker in half.
Depending on the writing. My next good. Were we done with Painkiller? I like that Painkiller is moving the plot along.
Mm-hmm.
My next good, I'm gonna have to say Painkiller was my good, but I'm gonna have to switch it over and throw an easy ball to Gamby. While Gamby was doing his thing, he was still just coasting.
Mm-hmm.
And it has to fall in my goods because there's way too many bads. But because it was like, and it sounds like a bad, but at the same time, when Homegirl came into the apartment and was like, I realized what you've been doing this whole time, blah, 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 blah. And he said something, he was like, let me explain it to you. Then by the end of the scene, he didn't explain shit to her.
Exactly.
And I was like, that's good.
He literally,
You gaslight.
First of all, he was watching her when she was outside of the door. He was like, "This is it." Calculated it just right.
Like, he literally,
She mad, huh?
like he literally read her before she got to the door, and by the time the scene was over, you could see him pulling out drinks and shit. And I'm like, well, she getting dick down again because that's all that is. She conflicted. She want to be mad at him, but then she realized that he did put it on.
Y'all notice the transition from "I'm gonna kill you" to
I'm gonna let you.
"I'm
kill
gonna
it.
listen to you" to sitting on the couch to "where my panties at." So
And Gambi's the type of man I could aspire to.
Uh-huh.
Like, damn, how you go from having a gun pulled on you to having to pulling draws off?
He knew because from the moment he was watching the camera, he was like, "I already know what I'm gonna say to even let this not happen."
okay, now I have a question for you later on the show, and it's about something comic book related.
Okay.
But let's go ahead and move it further. Does anybody have any goods?
I have one more good, but it's kind of swirling with a bad. So I don't know if I even because it's not that big of a bad. So I don't know if I want to say it.
Go ahead.
Okay. Grace was right,
Yeah, she was.
but Anissa was right, kinda too. It's really it's really complex.
Can we, spell it out for everybody?
So Grace made a comment, and they had a discussion about who they are as people.
Mm-hmm.
And Grace made a comment that she thinks it's so weird that the Pierces are breaking their necks to try to get their powers back, and she's like, why can't we just live a normal life and let that shit go?
Mm-hmm.
And she was right, but she was also wrong. But Anissa was right when she said, I was a meta when you met me. You know, this is who I am, and I want to get who I am back. So Anissa was right about that, but she was also wrong because it was like, Anissa, you were born with your powers.
But
Grace was fucking trafficked. I don't think she's a natural meta. I think Grace.
Are we moving into bad with this? Because
I got one minor good.
And I thought that
It's an interesting conversation.
It was an interesting conversation to have, and I thought it was an interesting way that they had it, considering the fact that you two are also lesbians, and if someone turns your lesbianism off, I'm sure you will want it back because it was a great parallel.
Yeah.
And I just thought it was interesting.
So to comment to kick off of what you were saying, it was an interesting conversation, but at the fucking wrong time, and that's on both sides. Because Grace brings this up, and she's talking about like let the city fucking take care of itself. And for one thing, like all the shit that's happening is happening to y'all, so y'all can't fucking let it go because
you need all the powers you need.
Yeah, because as long as Tobias sitting up here doing this, wondering how petty I can be, like this shit ain't gonna ever get better for itself. 1, 2, the city can't take care of itself.
Yeah, and that was what I found interesting because it was like it'd be one thing if you said that while you was living in Central City or while you was living in the metropolis or whatever Arrow took place in. But you in Freeland, where the police will literally just run out and beat your ass for no reason. Right. And then you sat there and you watched how they put together that Tobias has literally created a machine to take your powers away, and he's running for mayor. The logic of just let it be can't apply here because of the fact that you literally have a person in power who
trying to ruin your life.
Exactly, and not like and not just your life, but the life of everybody in that city.
The last time they let it be, the government took over Freeland.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you, because it's more to it than just you losing your powers. He actually medically violated an entire town.
Yeah.
You wouldn't let your doctor just dig up in you for no reason, and it's not a valid medical procedure in the grocery store. That's literally what he did. Yeah. And she's just like, well, let's just let it happen. Well, if that's the case, then don't vote. That was literally the crux of her argument. Don't vote. But at the same time, I can understand how she can feel that way because she's like, we never sit down. We all, every time there's a minute of chill, then this motherfucker starts up again, or this motherfucker starts up again.
Hold that thought.
So I'm gonna go into my last minor good. We finally have some more detail on why Tobias is doing what he's doing. It's not just to be petty. Mm-hmm. There's a method to the madness. Petty is like a sprinkle on top. Mm-hmm. He's trying to join. I'm assuming their version of the light or the what's the light? Is it the light?
You talking about Young Justice?
Yeah.
The light. I don't know. They never really explained it. Hold that fucking thought.
That's why I said it was minor. We know what he's doing and why he's doing it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, now that we skimmed over the goods, let's go into the bads. I want to go first. Mm-hmm. Anissa, you want your powers back because we know how you get your money. And second of all, let's call a spade.
Yeah, he's not wrong.
Ready to play Run the Jewels every time she on screen.
Are we forgetting that she's just a criminal?
Yeah.
Because when she was talking to Jefferson, talking about, oh, I got the money covered, and Jefferson looked at her like she sold drugs. Might as well.
And then she talking about we can't be talking. It takes time to be talking about morals and plot. And
but my thing is this: that's bullshit. Because if you made that money selling women, then you can't have the same moral distinction. Because that's bullshit. Wrong is wrong, no matter how you slice it. Because the main reason she want to get her powers back, because she know she ain't gonna maintain the lifestyle she living, robbing people from their money. If she ain't got her powers,
regardless of if they're criminals or not.
I guess we know why we see Blackbird all the time.
Exactly. Because she be robbing all the time.
That's her 9 to 5.
So you right about that, because my bad, since we on Anissa right now, because this all encompasses Anissa, the shit where they found out that these women that they were bringing in never had, what was the disease?
Pickle fell or some shit.
No, it was cystic something.
Cystic fibrosis. Yeah. They never had it. They was just farming their metagene. Maybe if you had did your medical job in this, you would have clocked that way early.
Hold on, I got another thing to get off my shoulder. The laziness of the writing of this show. Okay, so they decided to manufacture this whole thing against Lynn. You
jumped off. You done with Anissa?
No. I'm like, no, this is coming to her.
Okay.
I got some shit for Anissa too.
They can manufacture this shit about Lynn. You clearly have a woman who's living outside her means. This is the easiest Pierce to target. Why did y'all target Lynn instead of focusing on Anissa, who's been living in this dream apartment with all this stuff, the bells and whistles, with all this money? She should have been you didn't even have to fake a money laundering thing for this.
And the fact that Tobias has control of the hospital and you didn't attack one of the peers who worked at the hospital.
No,
that's just so weird to me.
No. You own most of Freeland. Mm-hmm. You own the hospital where she works. Mm-hmm. She makes $60,000 a year. She stays in $250,000 Tobias didn't put those two together.
Nope.
And you know she's Blackbird. Mm-hmm. You know she's Thunder. Mm-hmm. And you know she's stealing. Mm-hmm. Perfect target.
Because we're still on Anissa, and it's so confusing because I don't know which direction to go, but I think I'm gonna go in this direction. I am sick and tired of this bullshit where, and it goes back, and this doesn't just cover Anissa and Grace, but this covers like the whole fucking family, and it was something that we glazed over last week, and it was touched on in our messages in the video that we put out last week for the last review. And I just want to put this out here. Like, I don't like the fact that the consensus that we've been seeing in regards to the writing of the Pierce family, and that includes Grace as well, is that these motherfuckers can't function in a relationship or function as a family.
Especially considering seasons 1 through 3 were all about building up to that and patching that shit up, and they just threw it all away this season. They threw that shit all the way the fuck away.
Like it's like all they want to do is show that all they do is fight, and that's one of the things that I clearly have take issue with, because if this show is supposed to be about the family, then where we are right now within the dynamic of the show, first of all, Freeland shouldn't be wilding out like it is right now after the Markovia shit. A. B. Tobias should not be the villain. I don't give a fuck what the end of season 3 said. Y'all should be done with that motherfucker and move on. But also, we should have seen that the family dynamic should have improved and gotten better.
Especially all they went through last season.
Exactly. But all we see is Jefferson and Lynn fighting. All of the women in the family literally antagonistically go against him like he's the wrongest wrong that ever wronged. Anissa and Grace can't even get along because they
can't share one happy scene.
Exactly. Like,
and I'm glad you mentioned that, because we might as well slide into.
I got one last thing on Anissa.
Okay.
Last thing on Anissa, then we can slide into it. Fingerprints everywhere.
and Grace was like, "We need to get the fuck out of here." She's like, "Wait."
Might as well pee on let me pee on the carpet. You need that DNA. Jesus Christ, you talking about? And you work as a doctor, and you don't know about violating a crime? Like, leave me your shit at a crime. You know what? I'm good.
Go ahead.
Okay, let's go ahead and hit Lynn. Let's go ahead and get Lynn now. And
Sure.
The reason why I say we gotta get on Lynn, and it's not even Lynn in particular, this is clear writing. So I was watching this episode, and so Lynn's ex-boyfriend, and the moment they mentioned him, I just sat back in my chair and looked up in the sky, because I was like, y'all doing this on purpose.
Yeah.
Y'all doing this on purpose. Not Lynn and Jefferson, the writers of the show. It's like, chill out.
Yeah.
God damn.
Like, give them 1 second to breathe.
what do y'all not like about this character?
Exactly. Like, they're torpedoing Lynn's character for no reason.
Like for no reason. And then to compound it and make it worse, I used my one phone call to call Anissa so that she can call, I don't know, Tommy from Martin, because that's who he looked like to me.
Yeah,
why would you do that?
Because it goes back to what I was saying. Like, it's like the family rails against him, and it's in an antagonistic way. And it's like, and then she had the nerve to be like, "Well, why are you acting like this?" And he's like, "Acting like what?"
In your time of need, you ran literally to our children.
and some nigga that you not fucking
we ain't heard about this man for since season ever.
We never heard about this man.
And all of a sudden he's your case of emergency contact.
And I'm like, y'all, and I watched this and I was like, y'all literally conjured a problem out of nothing.
And my thing is like, and I sit there and I see the look on Jefferson's face, and he's like, "There's no reason for me to even care." So I gotta ask this. I'm asking Lynn, I'm asking Anissa, and I'm asking Stupid Jen. Because that's her new name from now on. Stupid Jen. What do y'all want from this man? Do you want him to solve the problem, or do you want him to shut up because y'all have all the answers?
And here's the deal, and this is why I was talking about a while ago, that he needed the cage fighting as a cathartic way to deal with his surroundings. Because everybody kept fucking with him. It was like, I can't grieve for Henderson.
You won't let me live, you won't let me die.
Like, 100%. And Jefferson is like, I'm in a no-win situation. The only person in my life I can count on is Gamby.
And they trying to wear him out.
Yeah. And I'm like, as a man that is watching this, I'm sitting up here, I have to ask, what kind of message are you sending when you put this man's entire family against him, and then at the same time, on a regular basis, and then at the same time, have this man's family yell at him when he doesn't act?
And that's what irks me too, because like since the second half of season 3, the only thing I've been getting from is he should have stayed divorced.
Yeah,
that's the only thing I've been getting.
Yeah, because, and I'm sorry. This isn't towards the actress, but I'm sorry. Fuck Lynn. I'm like, you literally have your ex-man there, and they're gonna look at Jefferson as like, why don't you get on your knees and suck his dick? He got me out of jail. And he's like, I legitimately just thanked the man. What do you want me to do? Oh, I'm so glad you got my wife out. You go and fuck her now.
And then you don't help it when you do shit like when you do close-up scenes of her caressing this nigga when she getting out the. It's like you.
It's literally the.
What are you trying? Now I'm Jefferson. What do you want? What do you want from us, the audience, to say? Because last week I was defending her for being upset over the circumstances, but it's like you can't send us back and forth with shit like that.
Now you want Jefferson to cook as his wife is there with another man? Get out of here. Now let me go to my next bit. The editing of this show.
Ooh, yeah.
So they did not give a fuck. First of all,
No. They only cared about Painkiller.
Sorry. They cared about Painkiller. Everything else could have shit the bed.
I'm gonna go as far as to say the people that are gonna be doing the Painkiller show filmed that shit somewhere else,
away from.
And then gave them the tape and was like, "You can just splice this in between 2 bullshit things." We know they probably threw it at him like this and like, "Here go the tape. Just put it wherever." Because y'all took the show away from us, so it's probably garbage scene 6 and garbage scene 8. This could be great scene 7.
So let me explain what I mean by that. The fight scenes they didn't care about. Jefferson stunt double had the worst afro wig he had on, and the way he squared up, he didn't even look 6'4".
There was actually a transition that I thought was very sloppy. When he got kicked out of the door from he hit the ground on his back, but then when they transitioned, he rolled. Mm-hmm. I was like, wait, that should have been different from the first one.
And how he
it should have been a fluid.
And how he flew out like dude had meta powers. Yeah. The most egregious scene is when Tobias was showing that his machine worked. And there was literally a cut of the episode. It wasn't like we didn't see a camera in the room. It was literally a run back of the episode, just replayed over. And I was like,
but they put the little blue filter over it.
Sorry, blue filter. And I was like, what the fuck is this? Like, you don't care. I can see it. Tobias had a film crew like, okay, I'm gonna film this moment. We had a secret camera. No, it was literally cut for cut, shot for shot.
Don't you remember when they did this in last season when they was at the Markovian base? They was watching the show with HD vision. I was like, they was looking at the cameras like, oh yeah, okay, we're going back to tape. Oh yeah, that's just the episode from a different angle.
Yeah.
Oh, but this wasn't even from a different angle.
That was the exact same clip. Which
I was like, how lazy are you?
if like the scene happened and then they was like cut and then he turned around and he was like, I'll take that.
I was horrified when I saw that. I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
So it was the editing is just kind of just all over the place.
I got another bad, and it's a big one that has several of them tucked in. Are we ready for Tobias yet, or do we want to work up to that?
One second.
Okay.
I have a question. During the Ishmael fight against Black Lightning, what did he say to the cops to make them back off?
Oh, Black Lightning knows something that we don't, so let's leave. And I was like, this is the weirdest shit. Like, how is that a comment for anything?
Mm-hmm. Like, okay, finally, it's 12 of y'all against this dude hunting my family.
Kill him.
Exactly.
Here, let me hold him down for you.
And the whole point was we gonna put this motherfucker in a trap, come arrest him.
Right.
And he was about to square up against the police.
Yeah.
You had your answer. They were going to stand their ground against him. I was like, all you got to do is roll off the scene
And leave.
But okay, before we go down that route, I gotta give this. This is a surprising bad one. I'm sorry, it's Gamby. And let me explain what I mean by this.
Okay.
Gamby is an excellent character, but he is the Deus Ex Machina of the show.
Yeah.
He cannot be the answer for everything.
Oh, they split it between Gamby and TC.
No, they didn't. Let me explain why. He was the answer to why Jefferson didn't die. He was the answer to why Jennifer didn't die.
We'll get on Jennifer next.
Oh yeah, she's coming.
Stupid Jen.
The fuck around gang by herself. And he's the reason why they discovered why shit was going on.
Yeah.
He's the reason why the plot is moving forward.
It was a part in there when they were like, Gamby, what's the answer to this? Gamby, you saw this yet? Gamby, what? He said, shut the
in one scene, he literally comes in the middle of Jefferson and Lynn fighting with food.
to stop that.
To stop the fighting.
So it's like he knew they was gonna argue.
Exactly.
he clocked it like, all right, she got picked up today.
Yep.
In about 2 hours.
She's gonna be on that bullshit. Let me explain how dumb this was. He literally was like, Lynn, you know that research you did with the girl that her powers cut off people's powers? Well, I think that's what's affecting everything because there's this emitter. And I was sitting there like...
Wait, it took the spy to figure out what the doctor couldn't figure out?
Well, this just goes back, and I guess that's the theme of this episode of Black Lightning. Doctors are dumb because that's the second doctor moment where we realize if you were being a doctor, you would have seen that obvious shit to begin with.
But this is literally just we get saved by the white man.
Because even homeboy that got killed, he was supposed to be doing the experimentation on that woman for the new surgery or whatever for cystic fibrosis.
Yeah.
So you telling me you roll this woman in to do this operation and you do the operation and nothing says to you, this don't look like cystic fibrosis, but I'm gonna keep going.
No, John, why are you making sense?
That's probably why they killed them. They probably rolled in and were like, nigga, you dumb.
I got one better for you. You, like you said, you are a doctor.
Mm-hmm.
You telling me you didn't run any tests on these women first?
And that's what I'm saying.
You are their primary.
And even though I still call this bad, at least Anissa had an excuse. She don't doctor.
She ain't at work.
She don't ever come to work.
You want to tell you how I know she don't work?
As soon as Clear Hill.
When you come to work in heels, that means that you don't come there. That means office.
Like as soon as Grace got better, she was like, "Well, fuck this doctor's office. We going on vacation all the time."
All right. So before we slide into Stupid Jen, you notice, like I said, they prop up TC as almost like Deus Ex Machina.
Mm-hmm.
When his powers don't work, they be like, TC, do something. He be like, I don't do that.
I told you 6 times. I don't know how to do that.
and now they're pushing him towards this hacker route. So why? But anyway,
so that lightweight kind of tells me they're not getting their powers back or at least the people of Freeland aren't going to get their powers back, but Black Lightning and his crew are going to get their powers back.
So here's the thing. At least someone's trying to make something of the bad situation.
Yeah. But at the same time, he's getting help from the painkiller. That's the show.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
It's probably his audition. Please take me with you.
I'm sorry. Another Gamby moment. We stuck in our suits. How can we get out? Why you have to have this thing?
I have a prototype that works.
Mm-hmm.
His prototypes always
exactly.
work.
That's not a prototype. That actually
works.
exactly.
It does it.
That's an actual functioning machine.
All right, let's get it. Let's go ahead. Stupid.
Which hold on. I gotta say something about that. Is it really a prototype or was it a fucking taser? It was a taser. Let's be
I'm
real.
not gonna lie. I thought it was a tape.
I got a prototype. Let me show you how it works.
Well, can't you blame me? Like shit, y'all keep coming. Like y'all. He was literally like this. Y'all can't get out of a fucking suit. Shit. Okay. There we go.
No, let me go to my special office to go get this prototype.
All he did was go to the gun rack and he was like, I never used this taser. Wow, I'm trying to kill.
He said, okay, Gambia figured out. He turned his back, took a battery and a paper clip. Shit. God damn.
Stick a finger in a socket.
Why y'all so useless?
But yeah, okay. Stupid Gen time. All right.
Oh, God.
This dumbass.
I gotta say something real quick. This was another moment where it's almost like the writers looked at me and said, "Watch us do some stupid shit." And I was like, "Oh my God, they really like it was so blatant." And I'm not talking about the atmosphere shit. I'm talking. So we got to talk about this before we talk about the strategy. I'm
sorry, I gotta get this off my chest. So when we met Jennifer, she hated her powers. She didn't want to be a meta. She just wanted to be a regular human being. Now your powers define you. Now the lightning defines who you are.
But all that tells me
Because she got clout now.
Exactly.
She IG famous.
All that tells me is something that they put on the table back in season like 2 or whatever, which is Jen is one of those people that probably shouldn't have powers because she is irresponsible.
Yes.
And they have yet to turn that around. And season 4 should have been the season, but nope, double down. So cause I felt like this was aimed at me. I really did. Like the scene opens up. And Anissa walks into the room.
Can I tell you what I thought was happening? I thought she was about to like cook dinner or something.
Yeah, I thought so too. No. I 100% knew what was popping off from the moment the scene opened up.
When the scene opened up, I was like, well, I know Jen is dumb.
But
and she's like got shit set up, and she kind of got this half smile, and I felt like the smile was to me, and she was like, I know you hate the shit I'm about to do. Get ready, John. And I'm like, oh my God. And Christian was like, what? And I was like, just watch. I already know what's gonna happen. And the shit plays out.
Tell them what she did.
So she sticks her finger in the socket.
Yeah, pretty much. She comes to the conclusion, she's like, I'm supposed to be a generator. So I figure I can jumpstart my powers again by electrocuting myself.
So let me explain why that doesn't work. Why it's stupid.
Why it shouldn't work.
Because your meta gene is cut off. That is the thing that has to be active in order for you to use your powers.
Exactly.
This thing nullifies that. That's like a person with heat powers. If you put your hand in fire,
Not to turn the firepower
you're
back
gonna
on.
fucking burn. Because the gene that allows you to accommodate your body for that is turned off.
And you know what made it worse? And this is what irked me about the scene, because the scene, I would have, she still would have been stupid Jen to me, but I would have accepted the scene if you had left Anissa out of the scene. Mm-hmm. What made it worse is Anissa's like, no, Jen,
don't do
it. And then when she electrocutes herself, oh my God, don't die. And I'm like, you could have stopped her. So me and Christian are brothers, that's obvious. Throughout our entire lives, whenever I've seen him about to do some dumb shit, or he's seen me about to do some dumb shit, I
Y'all remove the dumb shit from the equation.
She knew Jen was gonna think about this.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, you are going to die.
Yeah.
Why the fuck would you do that? So my two problems about that scene, that scene in particular.
I'm gonna add an addendum if you don't mention mine.
One, the whole jump starting with electricity and shit. You're pretty much saying it's a flawed logic, because you're saying, well, then you could do that to all the meta.
Jefferson should be able to do that.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Or do that to Grace. If electricity is the answer, and she'll turn into a fucking tiger again.
But this is the thinking of a moron.
What's your second one?
But my biggest problem with the thing is, I am tired of, and it's a CW problem too, so that's why I know, like, some white people kicked in the door and was like, we're taking over so we can finish this shit up. Like, I am tired of them rewarding stupidity. I am so sick and tired of them rewarding bad decisions.
She learned nothing.
Exactly.
She learned nothing.
But she never will.
And it's not even the stupid shit, it's the morally gray shit too, that they reward these people with every time.
No, it's deeper than that. 2 episodes ago, you almost died. Because you were fucking around in shit that you were told not to do.
How many times has she almost died this season?
Several. She almost got shot in a shootout. It's been several times she's almost died.
Lynn had to come save her.
Yeah.
She went into the stratosphere.
You literally almost died. And your first point of contention when you lose your powers is, maybe I should put my life on the line. And then,
instead of just sitting down.
the icing on the fuck you cake, when this bitch ascends to the sky to do the same shit that almost killed her at the midway point. And
she immediately started dissipating.
then she's like, oh my god, TC, I don't know what's going on. No, she should have died. That should have been the end of Lightning, and we should have been able to move the fuck on.
But of course, they gotta reward her because they want to move the whatever this shit is you call a plot along. And it's like, I'm tired of y'all doing that. And it's the reason Anissa gets to live practically rent-free, because she's stealing from criminals.
And you know what irks me about that, when you look at where we're at now at the end of this episode, she is the only one that has her powers. So she is going to be.
Now what's she gonna do with it?
Fight Tobias because she's a fucking moron.
Exactly. She has just been given more credence than ever, going back to what we talked about at the beginning of the bath, to not listen to Jefferson.
Yep.
Because when Jefferson says no, all she's got to do is be like, well, I got powers and you don't.
And that's the biggest problem what I have with this show. Outside of Jefferson, there's no growth.
And there really isn't.
Yeah.
They are they've actually devolved since season 3.
And it really irks me with Jen, because she had the greatest potential for growth, and you actually watched her growth throughout seasons 1 through 3, and they threw it the fuck away.
She literally started back over. Oh my god, a boy's interested in me? Alright, let me do something stupid and unnecessary to get his attention. Oh, what? Oh, the Instagram, they're not going to be able to track me on that or set me up. It's like every dumb thing, like you said, she gets rewarded.
And what's so weird, and
that's another time she almost got killed.
She been in 2 shootouts.
Yeah. Like people, the average person will probably think, oh, she only almost got killed like 3 times. The 2 times with the ionosphere and the electricity thing. No, she's literally almost died like several times this season.
Yeah.
It's to a ridiculous degree.
She doesn't learn a lesson, and like Jefferson can't say anything because she won't listen, because none of them will listen to him.
You know what I'm telling you why? Because Lynn doesn't have his fucking back.
And what irks me about it is, it'd be one thing if she was a freshman in high school, but she's supposed to be going off to college. She's supposed to be of college age now. Like, that, all that tells me is if this wasn't a world of superpowers, I mean, you wouldn't have never made it to college, because according to last episode, you would have got trafficked real quick.
She almost got trafficked in the first episode.
It's amazing. It is amazing. I never would have thought, starting from season 1, that Nelly Jr. would have been the best standout character.
Because we clowned the fuck out of him in season 1.
Mm-hmm.
We was clowning him.
In fact, he died a virgin. Let's go ahead and get into our last bad.
Tobias. Before we get off of Jen, she left something in the atmosphere. I don't know, whatever.
Oh no, probably the devil or some shit. that's the one that's going over to. That version is going over to
Painkiller.
So, Dr. Polaris, you didn't realize that the abusing criminal was an abuser?
Not just that. You didn't realize that when he cut the emitter off that your powers wasn't working.
And you know what I found so funny, and this is what makes Dr. Polaris. His name is Red on the show.
I don't care.
But what makes him so stupid is, okay, so the other big reveal is that Ishmael switched teams. Why do you think Tobias will pull Ishmael if he has you, Dr. Polaris? Oh, because he's not a meta and it's more efficient that way?
Exactly.
You dumbass.
It's actually,
you should be planning his murder right now.
It's actually worse than
But
that.
it's just like I said last week. I know without the powers, he ain't shit. That motherfucker can't fight. And if he dare try to turn on Tobias now, you don't think Tobias has a remote for the little wrist thing?
I'm sorry. Tobias already saw he was shook when a bullet went past him.
Mm-hmm. He was like, I got him.
But this shows also how dumb Ishmael is. I'm sorry. What was Ishmael's whole goal?
Yeah, thank you. I was gonna get to that too. To collect 100 meta so that he can be the Pokemon champion.
Okay, good. Okay.
That's what it was.
It literally was to join the League of Assassins. Why
The Pokemon League.
Yeah.
Yes.
Why are you lining up with Tobias? This makes no sense.
Not only that, Tobias and Red are metas. Kill them, collect their bodies, and leave Jefferson the fuck alone. You was at 98 anyway. What the fuck?
Yeah.
I'm going to go to do this research so I can get my doctorate and stuff. And now I want to go work at Taco Bell. What? This completely undermines who the character is.
And the thing is, like, we can rip on the freelance all we want, but like, then we got like 3 other motherfuckers right here on the opposite end of the spectrum who are just as stupid, if not worse than them.
Just admit, 3 episodes after the last time you showed Dynasty, I was like, we're not gonna do anything with this character, so we need to write her off somehow. Just admit
She was the only one that left the episode with dick.
They basically did just write her off.
exactly.
Because she was like, okay, you can have this shit.
Sorry, they also wrote off the captain too.
Oh yeah, they just mentioned the captain now. Is she on another TV show or something?
I don't even care. Maybe she knew this was coming. I hate her even worse than Dr. Polaris.
Yeah, that high breath helper need to go.
Lightning. Yeah, bring me pictures of lightning right now.
Lightning is the reason why this is why the city's going down. Like, you doing all this to chase down a 17-year-old girl? Like, how bad are your
She wasn't
priorities?
even in the episode. You in the bag. Get over here. You are in the bag.
So
Because if it's not you, then Dr. Polaris, mommy killed my daddy, so I don't trust bitches no more. And then the biggest bitch, the light-skinned one that's right there shooting guns at you is the one that's abusing you.
I'll call it
So I have a question. From a comic book standpoint, who the fuck are those random ass old people surrounded by
I've never seen
Tobias?
them.
Now,
Granted, you talking about the league, the Illuminati or whatever?
Yeah, like are they involved in Checkmate or anything? I was thinking like
Granted, I have a lot of DC knowledge, but DC is so expansive and they gaslight and change shit so much. I've never heard of these people.
I was thinking they were part of Checkmate or something.
And maybe that could be the case and they're just unrecognizable, but like I've never heard of these people.
Because
I think there's some shit made up for the show. I'm not even gonna lie.
okay, because it had a Quarter Owls feel maybe. I don't know.
They would
I
never
think
make
it's-
like pull quarter.
I think it's like I said. I think it's more so leaning towards the shit from Young Justice. The light.
But the light was all super villains.
Yeah,
And
but
the Light had a plan.
They probably have a plan.
Look, I'll be
But
honest
it's just
with you.
but Tobias is doing the exact same thing he did in season 1.
Thank you.
He's trying to elevate his status to be, lead the ASA or division of the ASA or whatever.
Okay, but you know how? Let me explain how stupid this is. And I want. Okay, your plan is to stop having metas out there, right?
Mhm.
Mind you, you had some of the best metas on your payroll.
Mhm.
So now metas don't matter unless they have bracelets. So you know what that means does rival guns. Guns. So now that metas can't do shit, guns now rule the world.
Damn. Too bad Lala's off the table.
Yeah, yeah.
So you know what's irksome about that entire thing?
Sure.
We don't care that Superman is real.
No.
Like, why is Freeland so important? Why isn't Metropolis or Central City where all the metas is coming from? Why are we dismissing everybody else in the DC
I
universe?
have another question I'd add to that. Why is that Asian lady still around then? Because she already fulfilled her mission.
What Asian lady?
The one who gave up her DNA so she can for the
She went in the episode.
She showed up
She showed-
at the
she
very
showed up
end
once.
Yeah, she showed up at the beginning.
I didn't see her.
Because normally when Tobias is done with you, you dead. Well,
I think she's still working for him. She does like other operational shit.
I was distracted by his sister's titty picture in the stained glass. I probably missed it.
Okay.
But
But yeah, she does. She push papers and all that stuff.
Mhm.
all in all, this episode was weak and very troubling on so many levels.
How long has Jefferson been able to go invisible?
This is the
This is the
very first episode because Gabby put it in as a failsafe in his suit in case he lost his powers.
The answer is shut the fuck up. That's how he did.
I'm sorry.
Why would you even ask that?
I'm sorry.
As you can see, they've given up completely, and all they want you to focus on is that painkiller is a thing. Honestly, I would take the trash can and throw the whole show away.
I don't know if I can do this for 3 more episodes. I really they would have to. I can't even tell you what they would have to do to win me over in 3 episodes.
Cocaine and hookers, not in that order. But stick around as we try to trudge through these last 3 episodes all our way to the season finale. Thank you guys for joining us.
Very finale.
I don't give a damn. Like and subscribe, but until next time.
Ooh, wee.
Jesus Christ. Fuck Lynn. Fuck Jennifer. Fuck Anissa. Fuck all of them.
I haven't
Fuck
needed
Tobias. Fuck Dr. Polaris.
I haven't needed a drink at the end of an episode since Era.
Yeah.
And I can tell you the exact one.
Season
Season 8.
Prometheus.
No, not Prometheus.
He's on the last season.
Yeah, the last season with the daughter. When she fucked up the plan and then told Oliver it was his fault. You remember that one when they went to Russia?
I had to watch that just to see what y'all were talking
Oh
about.
my god.
I was like, oh my god.
I needed a drink so
I didn't
bad.
believe.
after
I
that.
did not believe y'all.
I know the one that almost made me turn to drugs. This was after the time skip. And their justification that Mia could still fight and do a comeback was that she got her memories back.
They thought they were gonna get a spinoff.
That was after the Mia shit. So by when they went to Russia, that was after that one. So by that point, I was numb. I was like, I can't believe they're doing
The
this.
writers, first of all, how do people get their jobs? The writers literally said,
CW, it's the bare minimum.
just because I remembered something from another universe, I can now do it. See,
Well, I mean, that's the same logic as if I electrocute myself, it'll restart my metagene because I'm a
And
generator.
so here's the thing: if Jen is a generator, Jen is a generator.
Mm-hmm.
How does jump starting her powers work?
Exactly. But see, that's the
That's
point.
what this point I was gonna make. Jen is basically Monica Rambeau.
Yeah.
she's Jubilee.
No,
she's
Monica
like-
Rambeau.
She's Jubilee.
Energy doesn't matter to Jennifer. She say I override that shit.
Mm-hmm.
So does Jubilee.
Jubilee don't do that. Jubilee shoots an energy source. It's just that it looks like fireworks, but it's
Kinetic energy.
yeah, it's like a plasma kinetic energy.
Jennifer is literally.
But
like,
you can't jumpstart Jubilee by electrocuting her. If you electrocute her,
Or throwing fireworks at her.
exactly, you'll kill that bitch.
Hit that bitch with garlic.
She's a mutant again. She doesn't have vampire powers. But yeah, that was wild because all you because what that tells me is the metagene thing didn't turn off their powers. It's just in your mind.
Exactly.
It's dormant.
Exactly.
Which actually is stupid because now you're saying your power is strong enough to override.
That's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
Like there's literally an energy field blasting right now, and your power say fuck that.